Is starch good for health? Absolutely. And one of the most compelling reasons lies in a special type of starch that doesn't behave like the rest. Known as resistant starch, this remarkable component of certain carbohydrate-rich foods has captured increasing attention for its powerful benefits to gut health and digestion. Unlike regular starch, which is broken down and absorbed in the small intestine, resistant starch passes through the digestive system largely intact, acting more like dietary fiber. In doing so, it feeds the beneficial bacteria in the colon, supports microbial diversity, and sets off a cascade of positive effects that extend far beyond the gut itself. The name, resistant starch, refers to its resistance to digestion. Found naturally in foods like legumes, green bananas, whole grains, cooked then cooled potatoes, and certain types of rice, resistant starch escapes enzymatic breakdown in the upper digestive tract. Once it reaches the colon, it becomes a feast for gut microbes, particularly for the species that produce short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs. One of the most important SCFAs produced is butyrate, a compound that plays a central role in maintaining colon health. Butyrate is the preferred energy source for the cells lining the colon, and it helps to reduce inflammation, improve the integrity of the gut lining, and even lower the risk of colorectal cancer. What makes resistant starch so unique is its ability to serve both as a prebiotic and as a healing compound in its own right. A well-fed gut microbiome thrives, and the presence of resistant starch in the diet has been shown to increase populations of beneficial bacteria such as bifidobacteria and lactobacillus. These microbes do more than help digest food. They influence immune function, reduce inflammation throughout the body, support mood and mental clarity, and even play a role in weight regulation. The gut is often called the second brain for a reason, and feeding it well with substances like resistant starch lays a foundation for whole body health. The impact of resistant starch is not limited to long-term health outcomes. Its effects can be felt in day-to-day digestion. For many people, introducing more resistant starch into the diet can result in smoother bowel movements, less bloating, and more regularity. It also supports the production of mucus in the intestines, which is essential for protecting the gut lining and preventing conditions like leaky gut syndrome. While it may seem counterintuitive, this form of starch, something many people have been told to avoid, can actually bring relief to those struggling with constipation or gut dysbiosis, especially when it replaces more refined, processed carbohydrates. Furthermore, resistant starch contributes to improved blood sugar regulation. By slowing digestion and modifying the glycemic response of a meal, it helps prevent post-meal glucose spikes and insulin surges. This makes it particularly valuable for people managing insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes. In fact, incorporating resistant starch into the diet can lead to better glucose control without the need to eliminate carbohydrates altogether. It's a gentle, natural tool that works with the body systems, rather than against them. One of the most fascinating aspects of resistant starch is its ability to transform depending on how food is prepared. For example, when starchy foods like potatoes, rice, or pasta are cooked and then cooled, some of their digestible starch is converted into resistant starch through a process called retrogradation. This means that leftovers, often overlooked as second-rate meals, can actually become more beneficial to your gut health. A chilled potato salad, cold lentil soup, or next-day rice bowl becomes not just a convenient meal, but one that is actively nourishing the lower digestive tract. In addition to its gut-specific benefits, resistant starch contributes to satiety. By slowing digestion and fermenting in the colon, it helps create a prolonged feeling of fullness. This can make it easier to avoid unnecessary snacking or overeating, supporting healthier weight management without the need for extreme dietary restrictions. In this way, resistant starch plays a dual role. It nourishes the inner ecology of the gut while simultaneously helping the individual feel more balanced and satisfied after meals. Moreover, the foods rich in resistant starch are often part of larger, nutrient-dense packages. Legumes, for instance, are high in protein, iron, magnesium, and polyphenol. Whole grains come with layers of fiber, B vitamins, and trace minerals. Green bananas contain not only resistant starch, but also potassium and vitamin B6. When these foods are integrated into daily meals, they do far more than offer energy. They provide a broad spectrum of support for metabolic, cardiovascular, and cognitive health. The positive ripple effect of feeding the gut well with resistant starch cannot be overstated. A healthy gut microbiome communicates with the immune system, helps regulate mood through the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA, and even plays a role in the prevention of autoimmune diseases. When we support our microbiome with whole food sources of resistant starch, we're not just addressing digestion, we're enhancing immunity, supporting hormone balance, and fostering emotional resilience. So yes, starch is undeniably good for health, but the story becomes even more compelling when we focus on resistant starch. This unique form of carbohydrate blurs the line between starch and fiber, offering the best of both worlds. It nourishes, protects, balances, and heals, all while being found in simple, accessible, everyday foods. Rather than something to fear, resistant starch is something to seek out, celebrate, and savor. When incorporated into a diet centered on whole, minimally processed plants, it becomes a quiet but powerful ally in the pursuit of lasting health and well-being.